Australia. Part of the stuff that Wayne does for us is he travels around all the regions and talks to all the PCA groups. So he's halfway through.
Your day's halfway.
Yep. Okay, so he's got a few more to catch up with as well. Okay, so I'm going to hand you over to Wayne and we'll go from there.
Thanks, mate. Okay, I don't need any more friends. I've got more than enough, and after 40 you're not hiring anyway. So my job's not to leave you popular and have people think what a great guy I am. You're not going to say that anyway because I'm Australian. But my job is to really challenge you and your perceptions of coaching, and some of you who've been in it for a long time may strongly disagree with some of the things I throw at you. That's perfectly fine. That's part of the industry. Two coaches in the same room means three different opinions. However, if you've come here waiting to get some gems on strength training or diet or periodisation, you're probably better off going home and having a day in front of the fire and the television, because that's not what this is about, and certainly it's not what I'm about. But it's interesting that in this industry, everyone is obsessed with the what of coaching. Everyone wants to know what supplements, what weight training, what products, what volume. It's all about this, what I can see, what I can feel, what I can buy. And yet, time and time again, coaches, wherever you go in the world and you see programs that are working well, or coaches that are doing an outstanding job inspiring athletes and doing tremendous things, it's very rarely about the things you can count. And my theme of this tour has been this. It's a quote originally attributed to Einstein, where he said, "Not all that is counted counts, and not all that counts can be counted." And what I take from that is that we're in a world where everyone's obsessed with data, that everyone's obsessed with counting things that they do to be able to say, yeah, we did 20 of those, or 19 of those, or we do 6 of those a week. And I'm going to challenge you and suggest that those things are of minor interest and minor value and of little real impact when it comes to being an outstanding coach. I'm going to throw some things at you today that will make you really uncomfortable. For example, I think biomechanics has led us down the wrong path for a long, long time by trying to convince us that there's a technically perfect model that we should all be pursuing. I think that's a myth. I think it's a complete myth that we've all pursued relentlessly and wasted many, many weeks, months and maybe years pursuing this myth of the technically perfect athlete being the only one who can succeed. I think we've all been slaves to physiology, and I can say that because I'm a physiologist, by training. I think we've become, because of the way we've been educated as coaches, I believe that we've all been slaves to physiology. We all believe the answer is somewhere in the combination of volume, intensity, frequency, and if the kids get their heart rate right, or if they do 50 Ks a week, or if they get their kilometres right, then everything will fall into place. Whereas the things that are going to really matter and make a difference, quite often the less tangible things, and the character and the values and the qualities that are inherent in athletes. The challenge that we've got, guys, and will be revealed over the day, is it's easy to coach volume, and it's easy to coach 20-something. It's really simple to coach skills and drills. Again, I'll throw something at you guys. I think whatever drills you're doing, you're probably doing 3 to 4 times too many. It takes as long to learn how to do a drill correctly as it does to teach technique. You're better off understanding technique and working with the athletes on that than just slavishly including drills that are usually done very poorly in your program because you think you have to do it. You're better off working with the athletes on 3 or 4 key aspects of their own technique, understanding the difference between technique and style, and working with them rather than just producing 15 drills or 19 drills. Drills don't make you a better coach, coaching makes you a better coach. So there'll be a bunch of stuff today that will fly in the face with much of the coach education you've done and maybe some of your core beliefs. So that's my job, I have to do that and share with you what I'm seeing around the world being done by great coaches. I was lucky I was with NZRU yesterday afternoon, and those who came in later got a photo of me holding the Let Us Low Cup, and the only Australian who ever does. And I spent some time there talking to coaches, and of course, same thing. We start talking about rugby, they want to know about drills and how many bench press to do and how many squats. And I said, guys, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because those things fluctuate. You'll talk to some people and they'll say, well, diet's about high protein paleo. Some will say it's vegetarianism. Some will say it's whole grains and natural. Some will tell you that it's supplements. Again, it doesn't matter, guys. They're minor issues. They're just fads and trends that come and go based on who's trying to make a bit of money at the time. Interesting, I've just come from altitude. I've been up there, saw Michael Phelps train and spent a few days with world record holders and a couple of others for USA Swimming. And altitude is the same. People say, oh, is altitude good? So, well, no. If you've got a lousy athlete with poor technique and awful attitude who isn't desperate to succeed, going to altitude is a complete waste of time. If you've got an athlete who's driven, passionate, is doing everything they can to be successful, never gives up, lies in bed at night thinking and visualising how they can get better, is so committed and driven to be the best they can be that they leave no stone unturned at sea level, then send them to altitude and you'll get a benefit and a bonus from that. Same thing going to colleges. I don't know how many parents I meet when I travel around who say, you know what, I'm going to send my child to college in the US because I don't feel they're going to be any good if they stay in New Zealand or Australia. We get the same thing, or Manila. I've just come back from the Philippines as well. Go and talk to the US colleges what they think of that concept. They disagree completely. You don't send a kid to a US college to finish off their development. You send them there with a complete set of self-management skills, with the desire to take responsibility for their actions and accept accountability for the decisions they make and don't make. And then when they go to the college environment, they can flourish and take advantage of it. If you send a kid to a US college without those skills in place, where they've been loved and nurtured and mum's carried their bag for them and cleaned their gear and they haven't got those self-management skills, the US college system destroys them. So quite often I'll talk to coaches and I'll say, where's your sport going? And I'll say, oh, there's not enough kids going to college, or we've got to send them to Australia. It's very rarely one thing that you can point at and is going to turn around a mediocre athlete into something successful. The best example, I was in Southland the other night, and there was a whole bunch of netball coaches and netball parents in the room, and playing outside were a bunch of netball athletes. And we talked to the parents about this, about responsibility, accountability, about self-management, about drive and commitment and attitude and belief. One of the mums said, oh, I hear what you're saying. Well, she didn't hear what I said, she was just in the room. And she said, I hear what you say, but my daughter's really talented, she's 14, and the only chance she's got of being successful is going to Auckland or Wellington. And I got a bit angry. And I said to her, I'm going to throw some things at you, and I need you to answer honestly. And Mum said, yeah, sure. And I said, did your daughter get up an hour early this morning and prepare her own nutritious, high-protein breakfast? No, she didn't. Did she arrange to get here half an hour early to do her own stretching and her own flexibility work before training? No. Did she ask the coach to turn up 10 minutes early to get some special skills work done and help her be fully prepared? No. Did she ask you to drive home with her gear so she can run home and get an extra 15 minutes of fitness work? No. Did she pack water and maybe a protein snack in a bag so she can recover at half time and play 2 great halves in netball? No. Has she arranged with the coach to stay back and do some extra technique work? No. Has she gone to another coach and said, can I get another half or a full game so I can get my skill level up? No. Said, well, your daughter will not benefit going to Auckland or Wellington because she is not showing any behaviours that tell me she wants to be a great netball player. She's showing mediocrity. She's showing she's a follower. She's showing she has not got the passion or the drive or the commitment to be outstanding. And if you think by uprooting a family and moving everybody to another city is going to make her a great netball player, you're delirious. She has to decide that she wants it and demonstrate the commitment to be the best in everything she does. So guys, another myth that I want to debunk today is the facilities and money and equipment give you success. If you're in ocean boat racing, it would be hard to win from here. You're going to have to go somewhere where there's oceans and big boats. But the majority of times, guys, I talk to athletes and coaches and they tell me what they haven't got. Oh, Hamilton hasn't got this, and you don't understand what it's like here whenever he's there. Bullshit. Absolute rubbish. The majority of the time is that the athletes don't understand what commitment looks like. What it means to be relentlessly and uncompromisingly committed to getting the most out of their talent, to doing everything they reasonably can do in every part of their preparation to be the best they can be. It's really easy to say, well, we don't have the right facilities, and the classic is swimming. Everywhere you go, we don't have a 50-metre pool, we don't have this. And then you go and watch them. Kids turn up late, skill work's terrible, they don't rehydrate, they don't swim at the right speed, the turns are slow, and the coach will say, well, it's because we've got a 50-metre pool, we can't be competitive. You're rubbish. All that's going to happen is you're going to put kids with awful habits, terrible skills, and a disgraceful attitude in a better facility. Nothing changes. So much of the success you want, guys, and the success your athletes crave is your coaching. And it's your responsibility to be able to coach the things that are going to make a difference. And that's got very little to do with what you can see and what you can buy. It's got very much to do with being able to touch the hearts and minds of the athletes that you're working with every day. So very much that's what today is about the skills that I feel that coaches need to have to be better at coaching. All right, so you, can you sit on the chairs, please? You're an athlete who's just missed out on selection for Rio by a fraction of a second, and you're the coach who've worked with it for 10 years. Off you go.
What's the next step for us now? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
I need to know what I need to do to get a second quicker to make it next time. And we need to work on trying to hopefully get in there next time. What can we do? What can I do?
Yeah, what can you do?
Okay, you're being too nice. So how are you going to feel? You've just missed out. You've worked with this guy for 10 years. You've just missed out on Rio selection by a fraction of a second, by 2 millimetres. You've got to be pretty devastated. So put a bit of pressure on him.
So how do you feel? How does it feel to miss out?
Pissed off and devastated.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you help me get to where I wanted to be? What can I do different? How can you help me do it?
Does it come down to just what we could have maybe done different, or is it that we just didn't get the result? Or was there something off? How did you feel the preparation with the lead up?
Well, I actually didn't do enough because I've not made it, so.
Yeah. Did you set a pace for pace?
Yeah, it was 3 seconds quicker than what I got.
So guys, what's he doing really well? What's he doing you think he could improve?
Just getting feedback from here down. Why or not?
Yep, he's questioning. This is good, yep. What does she want at the moment?
Easy answer.
Consistency.
Yeah, quite often, but what does she want him to do, do you think?
Fix it.
Yeah, wants to fix it, wants the pain to go away, wants another way. What else wants him to, got 2 ears, 2 eyes, why, and only 1 mouth? Listen and see twice as much as you speak. So that's what she wants. Yeah, just trying to understand why. And what are you doing, coaches, in this situation? What do we want to do? What do we feel like doing ourselves? There's 2 or 3 things, I think, particularly for blokes who want to solve the problem, because that's what we do. Yeah. Instead of just listening, we try to empathise and allow our hearts to be touched. What else? We want this to end. These difficult conversations which can define our coaching, which are the things that really make a difference to anyone can stand at the end of the pool or on a track yelling out times. These are the moments that define us in our coaching relationships by our capacity to deal with these really awkward, difficult conversations, and most of us want it to end and just wrap it up quickly and get out of the room. Yep. So try to get more out of it. It's good. Just keep going. Doing a good job, guys. It's fine. Keep going.
Well, we said we set those stages along the way, and we've got you to from where you were a year ago, the times you put it into where the times are now, and you can see that improvement. Is this the end of the road, or is this just a step to the next time? Where do you see it?
You told me if I did this step, this step, this step, and I did it how I've done it, you told me I'd get my time and I can't do it.
Yeah.
Why
But it's
not?
never going to be straight like that. It's going to be ups and downs, ups and downs.
But the Open supposed to be to get my time to qualify for the Olympics, not doing that.
And sometimes we don't always.
So what's he doing? What's he starting to do?
Make it face reality.
Well, a little bit, but he's also putting up, I think he's getting a little bit defensive. It's about justifying what happened instead of just saying, listening when I need to. My athlete is gutted. My athlete is devastated. I need to listen. Yep, so it's good. It's good. She's not asking you for a way forward. So just listen. It's good. It's good.
Maybe you're not the coach for me, maybe I need to go somewhere else to get that extra second.
Oh, nice one.
Right, so what would you like different from a different coach?
To get that extra second to go to Rio.
Okay. Yeah. What about in terms of your training components, your nutrition, your weights progress?
Personally, I feel like I've done everything I possibly can to get those times, and it's just the stuff in the pool that I can't control that you maybe do. The last 4 years to get the time that I need it, I've not got. So maybe it's another coach I need.
Maybe that might be it.
It could be. Could be. You never know. Okay, guys, good. You can sit down. That was good. It was pretty tough, but you've done really well. So, guys, what is coaching? What is it? What's our art form? What do we do?
Communication.
Yeah, communication, but even simpler. You're right. Why do you go to a life coach? To do what with your life?
Change.
To change. Yes, coaching is change. I go to a financial coach to change my finances. Coaching is change. You go to a coach to change something. So you're lying in bed at night and you're dreaming of winning. This is why this art form that we've got, and this profession that we've chosen, or this road that we've taken is so precious and such an amazing thing. We get to change lives. We get to make an impact. We have people come to us with dreams and they're sharing them with us and saying, change the things that I'm doing and change me as a human being so that I can realise this dream. As a performance coach, guys, be very comfortable using the word win. Move on from saying stick to your process. Your kids are not lying in bed at night dreaming of a process. They're not going, I really hope I get up tomorrow and have a great process. They're lying in bed at night dreaming of winning, scoring tries, driving through the covers for 4, hitting someone over the fence, breaking the world record. Process is important as one aspect of your training, but we're in the business of making dreams happen through what? How do you coach? How do you help make someone change?
Look at how they could improve.
Yeah, but how do I get someone to change? So, yes, more understanding. But how do I do that?
You got to make them want to change the start.
Yeah, so,
They need to understand.
yeah, more, it's good, it's good.
You need to know what buttons to push.
Yes, excellent. You've got to understand before you can be understood. So you really got to understand who you're dealing with. Motivation's the same. I get paid ridiculous amounts of money by professional football teams to do motivation lectures. And I take the money, but it's a waste of time. You can't motivate anyone to do anything. Who's got a teenage kid at home? You know, I've got a 15-year-old daughter. She's got the most amazing floor drape you've ever seen in your life. I don't know what colour the floor is. I don't even think she's got a floor. But every clothing item she's ever bought is all over it. And I say to her, Zen, clean your, her name's Zenevieve, we call her Zen. I say, Zen, clean your floor up. Clean up your floor, Zen. You're a pig. Zen, I'll give you $5 to do it. Try bribing, yelling, screaming, rationalising, blah, 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 not listening, not listening. Can't motivate her to do it. Friend Georgia comes over, because Zen's motivated at 15, who's the most significant influence in her life? Peer group. A peer group comes over and says, Zen, you're a pig. Oh, is it? I'll clean it up. Right? So, understand to be understood. Anyone can throw information. Anyone can yell and scream, and anyone can do that. Let's talk about what it means to be an All Black. Anyone can do that stuff. But there's something that coaches do that make change more meaningful or real. What is it we do? We connect emotionally. That's what we're able to do. There's a lot of people who call themselves coaches because they've done a 2-day course in fitness leadership and they come out and say, well, now I'm a coach. There's people doing 2-day courses on psychological skills training or NLP and call themselves performance mental coaches. There's a bunch of people in this industry who are calling themselves coaches based on qualification without any understanding of what coaching is. Most of them think coaching is here now. If they get the physiology right, the athlete will perform, the person will lose weight, the person will become successful. Coaching is here up. That's what coaching is about, this. Guys, this thing is remarkable. This thing has written sonatas, written sonnets, depends on who you believe, got people to the moon, invented incredible technologies. This thing's done unbelievable, remarkable things for thousands and thousands of years. This is meat. That's all this is. Meat with a few electronics, electrical signals and some plumbing. This is the business. This is what coaching is about, is our capacity to connect to this. Once we connect to this, this will do what it's told. But it's about our ability to say, how do I connect emotionally with another human being? Because that's our art form, that's what we do. That's what coaching is. It's the art of emotional connection. We were able to inspire change through emotional connection. That's what coaching is. Yeah? How do you connect with someone emotionally? Get to know them. How do you get to know someone? What's your name?
Good.
Where are you from? What's your sport?
Touch.
Are you married?
Yes.
What's your wife's name?
Shell.
Where'd you meet her?
Pub in Oak Country within town, Harris, North Harris.
She's a great woman.
Right.
There you go. Who's in charge? The guy with the information or the guy asking the questions? Me. He'll do anything. I can take him anywhere I like. One of the art forms and one of the skills we need, coaches, is the understanding of forensic questioning, to really understand and work with people more effectively. But it's an emotion game. We connect with human beings, and in doing so, explore the relationship, build strong relationships, understand what they want, understand and discover their motivation, and then help them to realise their potential from that point in time. The difference between being a coach and a trainer is understanding how to do that. Okay, you'll do. Right, you're the coach of the All Blacks. You're down in Dunedin next week, and you're 20 behind at half time. These are the All Blacks, you're the head coach. Off you go. Talk to them.
So
Stand up, no, you stand up.
all right. So how are we going to make up the 20-point difference? Who wants to go first? Score twice. So how are we going to be scoring twice?
After that, we're going to start on pens.
Okay, I does not speak for we, I speaks for I. You can only, in a team, you can't speak for we, you can only speak for I. So you're going to talk about what I'm doing. Yeah?
Yep.
Guys, one of the myths in sport is that team sport actually exists. It's every significant moment in team sport comes down to athlete on athlete. Comes down to, I'm not going to beat 9 players. Comes down to me beating your shoulder, or me stepping around that athlete, or me jumping to get a ball and beating that netball player. So many significant moments are I. And if you've got athletes that are hiding in a team environment and keep saying we should, you've got to change the terminology to I will, I can, I do. It's all about I speaks for I and what I will do to help this team be successful, not we should, we could, we might. It's I will. Everyone has to step up and take ownership for their role and responsibility of what they do within the team. Can you stand out in the middle? Yeah, off you go, keep going. All Blacks head coach.
So we're down by 20 points?
No, look at me. Yeah,
Okay.
20 points, yeah.
So we're down by 20 points. How do you think we can go about regaining the lead?
Personalise it.
I don't understand.
Well,
I'll
Ask
go,
him what he's
go
doing.
to individuals. Okay.
Yeah.
So, pick one place.
Okay.
Where do you think we're going wrong in the first half? How can we improve?
I don't think the defensive players are doing their job properly.
Okay.
All right, if you said that in a team environment, even if you're the captain, they'd come and throttle you. They're not interested. If the skipper stood up and said, and went around and said, I think you three at the front are not leading the team, and it's up to you three by doing this. you said they would probably look for you, they would find you, and they would kill you. Yep.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I think we're making too many mistakes. I think we need to cut the mistakes out, get back to...
Yeah, again, but what are you going to do? What are you going to take? You've got to take ownership. And a team is a group of individuals performing optimally and cohesively. It's not we, it's what am I? If you're the captain and you've got that role of leadership, maybe slightly different, but guys, I've got to hear what am I going to do?
So as individuals, what can you bring to the team to make improvements for the second half? What's your idea?
I'm going to smash the first five and get them to store the ball, and then the forwards can come over and take the ball, and we'll get the front foot and attack.
Okay, so what's your feelings? What can you bring?
Okay, so what can you do better with the way he's dealing with the communication?
Respond to the last person's comment.
Yeah, and look, body language. So you're back here with your arms closed. So you acknowledge and say, that's great, fantastic, step up. What about you? So change it around a little bit.
I just have to take personal commitment to improve my game.
Okay, and is that everybody making a personal commitment, or is it just you individually?
That's why I don't think why.
Okay, what can you bring for the second half?
That's better. Yep.
I can stop dropping the ball and keep involved with it.
Yeah, everybody should be not dropping the ball. What can you bring to it?
Defensively, I can mark up better. My opposition is just getting around me at the moment, so I need to be...
All right, coach, increase the volume of your voice about 10 times.
How can I do that?
So coach, more volume, you much more. Let's go for it.
So,
more. Guys, this is a test match. What are you going to do to make a difference right here, right now, to the performance of this team? Have a go.
I don't have the volume like that.
Try it.
So are we...
You asked the question, I'll answer. Sorry.
No, if you've got something to say.
Yeah, Coach, I know you've split us into groups, and I'm leaving the inside back, so I'm leaving first five, second five, centre, and I know that I let my second five and my centre down by not communicating calls one another, so my job is to talk more with my outside centres about making sure I
Better.
defensively.
Specific, responsible, accountable. That's what team sport's about. Not blaming, not sharing blame, not looking for scapegoats. Responsibility, accountability, ownership, I will. Pretty good. More volume. Come on, get a bit jiggy with it. Let's go.
Okay, so everybody needs to be more committed. We need to be playing as a team more. We're not a collective as a team, so I think we need more emphasis on perhaps more driven ideas.
Louder, give it to them. Come on. Show them passion. This is the All Blacks, mate. Come on, give them passion.
If this was cycling, then perhaps I'd be more...
What? I'll think of that later in the day. It's good, that's good.
Okay, so we just need to be more committed.
All right, it's okay. Sit down. You take over. Same scenario, but do it from a sitting position. Girl is looking around saying, "My God, I hope he's not cheating."
Up here.
Nice try, yeah.
Okay.
So do it from sitting down. Okay. Same situation.
Okay.
All Blacks were behind by 20.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
Okay. All right, guys. So we're just going to put the first half. We're going to try and analyse it a bit. Try and come up with a bit of feedback, and then we're going to focus on the feedback and put that first half behind us. So if we can just maybe each come up with something that we saw within the game that didn't go 100%, and then we can kind of work on those things. So should we just start at the beginning?
Cool. All right, guys. So first thing, because we're a team, I think we should all come a bit closer because we're all standing.
Yeah, nice.
So bring your chairs a bit closer.
Bit of leadership.
We're a team.
Try.
Nice and tight. We're gonna.
So just some feedback on what you think did or didn't go well in the first half. So is there some way forwards from here.
Okay, so I think that we played too much of the half in our own half, in our own red zone, and I think this half we need to spend more of the game out of our half and the other team's half. So that means setting our ball, setting our rucks and securing the ball and kicking out of our half and chasing our line and putting pressure on the dummy, force mistakes.
Yeah, that's really good.
Cool.
I think we need to stop trying to run it out of our red zone, and now we need to
Keep bringing back to Y. Yep, that's
we
good.
need to kick it down near half and keep the pressure on them.
Who's going to take responsibility for it?
So our first five, as soon as you get that ball, kick it down.
Okay, awesome. Sounds good. First five.
You look like a fish
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm going to do, but I need to have good ball from our halfback. I will do what you've said. So I'll kick it.
Mark, can you come in and just walk around circles on the inside, please? All right, I'll now show you what it's more like in a football environment. Off you go. So you guys keep the conversation up. Keep going.
Yeah,
You just keep walking around.
Feel like
Mate, you want a massage? How you going? Coach, you okay? Mate, if you've got a there's a scrutiny, how's your knee going? Is you okay there?
So we need to
You're all right? You want a drink? You guys got it up? You got it up there? Guys, we've got about 2 minutes before we get out there. The ref's got. Keep going. What do you stop
So
for?
we'll kick it down there.
This is what it's like. Is it okay? Make sure you have a drink. Is your injury okay?
Okay,
Drink
anyone else
right
got
there.
anything to say?
Guys, this is what it's like. You don't get quiet.
Get the ball out of there
That's
faster.
Okay, yep.
Thanks, Mark. That's good.
Anyone else?
That's what it's like, guys. You've got to have
We need
a
to want it,
conversation
guys. We need to
quickly.
want it. We need to go out and actually make it happen.
Yeah, come on, boys.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
All right, good. Okay, so cheers back where they were. Very good. All right. Who's never played netball? Who's never had anything to do with netball whatsoever? Okay, swing coach will do. So this is the Ferns. They've just beaten the Australians 3-0 in the Test Series, best ever performance. And they're about to get on a plane and go to England. And they've got a 3-Test series against England. So they're the Ferns. They've beaten Australia by an average of 25 points per test over 3 tests. And they're about to get on a plane in a few days and do a 3-Test series against England in England. So they're on top. They're as good as they're going to get right now. Okay, off you go. Lift them.
Okay, we've just had a fantastic series. That was excellent work. We've never done that before. The reason for it, obviously, was great
So
defence.
step in.
There's great defence, good clean distribution of the ball, great attack, but most of all, it was a fantastic team effort. Everybody pulled well together, and we've got to keep that momentum going now for the next series. We've got a long travel, long distance to travel, so it's going to be tiring. We're going to lose focus possibly, so we have to keep it all together.
Does anyone feel connected with it? All right. Is there another way you could do it where you could have more connection with them? Because what I'm hearing now is all the things that are too hard and negative and difficult. Is there another way you could connect with them to try and get the message? What message do they need to hear? Keep it going.
That it's possible to keep going.
Yeah, they need to hear that. Yeah, I think they might be aware of all the things that are going. So as a coach, how do you touch their hearts? How do you connect with them at this moment so they get that message very clearly?
You should be really proud of yourselves. You're on top of the world at the moment. You're the main or #1 team in the world, and there's no reason why you can't continue that. You continue the good work you've been putting off the court.
Okay, much louder. Really, swimming coach voice, big loud voice. Let's go.
You've been, continue the work you've been doing off the court, your individual training, your additional training that you've been doing. It's obviously working, and you need to keep that up.
Okay, now grab the chair, move forward, and do it almost on a whisper. Do it as quietly as you can do it. Guys, just look at the difference coaching position, coaching volume makes to the way you feel as an athlete. Off we go.
Look, individually, that was absolutely fantastic.
See the difference?
You've done a magnificent job. The work you've done off the court, the individual training you've undertaken. Obviously, all of you have maintained the nutritional guidelines that you've been given and followed that.
All right, Coach, I want you to try something else. After every sentence, I want you to pause for 2 seconds. So you finish the sentence, and then try the next one.
Run out of things to say.
That's okay, keep going.
Look, that was a magnificent job, okay? You all performed really, really well, individually and as a team. It's obvious the things you're doing off the court.
Okay, stop there, guys. What happens during pause? That's when you're listening.
Processing.
That's when you're listening. You're leaning in. The power of the pause and the power of quiet, calm, personal connection can quite often completely outweigh yelling, screaming, powerful body language. It can be the subtlety of language and the subtlety of your delivery is what coaching is all about. Anyone can stand up and say the obvious things. This is what coaching is. It's the art of connecting with our athletes. Yep. Keep going.
So we need this to continue. There'll be difficulties along the way.
Try and connect with them more emotionally.
There'll be difficulties along the way. We've got 36 hours of travelling to get to England. Make sure on the journey that you rehydrate, that you take time to stretch, walk about, and try and get some rest.
Yeah, excellent. Guys, sit down. So guys, this is even in a group. Our body language, the way we change our volume, where we position, all of these things can make an enormous impact on our effectiveness. You know, what about this? Girls, outstanding effort. I don't think I've ever been so proud. But you know, there's someone prouder than me. I want to read this to you. Dear Ferns, I am 9 and I play in Waikato. My mum and I watched the game and we cried for 5 minutes at what you'd achieved. I'm so proud of you all, Danny. We've all been that 9-year-old girl playing, haven't we? What we do, girls, and what we achieve has a bigger impact on this nation than anyone outside this room could ever imagine. I don't have to yell, I don't have to scream. I don't have to get up and yell slogans. The art of what we do is this, is understanding our athletes, finding ways of connecting more effectively with them, and then, when we've got that connection, we're capable of doing just about anything. All right, grab your chair, 2 lines down the middle. Mark, you can get involved if you choose, it's up to you. So like that. And I want you to be knee to knee. Knee to knee, unless you've got a religious or a cultural reason for not doing it. So knees to knees. Why do I want you to be knees to knees, do you think? Who do you tell your most intimate secrets to? Anyone who touches you. Your hairdresser, your massage therapist, your physio. So get in as close as you can. I was at Waikato the other day. I went to a high school there, and school with some really tough kids and having some problems. And at the end, and I thought I'd done a great job. At the end of it, there was nothing. I said, boys, you know, wrapped up with something like believe in yourself, dream big, never give up. The world is yours. Thank you very much. And there was nothing. I went, oh, get out of here quickly. This is not good. And then one of the boys stood up and with cultural apologies went, yeah! And they did a haka for me. 30 kids got up. Unbelievable. Can't remember ever being so touched and almost felt like crying all the way through it. It was the most beautiful thing. Anyway, when they finished, they all wanted to come up and I can't remember what the Mary is, sorry, but they all came up and wanted to give me the nose kiss. And I did the classic Australian thing, is they just blend in, and I had to put my hand out to make sure they didn't get too close. And one of the boys said, he said, oh, you can tell you're an Australian, sir, eh? It was pretty funny. because that's what they do, is they put the head out and make sure you just don't get too close. Anyway, so what I want you to do is stay connected knee to knee and look into the eyes of the person opposite you. This is called speed dating for coaches. On this side, you guys start first, and the question's a really simple one. Why do I coach? Why do I coach? But group on this side is listening first. Do not accept any of the following: because I love it, because I want to give something back to the sport, because I like seeing kids improving, because the sport's been good to me. You can't use any of those, because that's telling me very little about what's driving you to coach. It's like eating. When we go to Olympic Games, guys, one of the things we've got to talk to the girls about, particularly, boys have got other things, they're wackier, who the hell understands them? But one of the things we know with the girls, particularly in the swim teams, is they like the concept of comfort food. And they're in a village where there's a lot of noise, and quite often they don't sleep very well, and they've got 24-hour McDonald's, Subway, ice cream, all this beautiful comfort food available for them for free, 24 hours a day. And quite often, if they're not aware of the concept of comfort food and stress, and you don't have adequate support systems, quite often they go in, and by the time they race, they're 4 kilos overweight, and a whole bunch of stuff comes undone. Now, you would say, what do they eat comfort food? Because it's there. What do they really have comfort food? Because they're a little bit stressed. Why do they really have comfort food? Because they don't believe enough in themselves, their family's not with them, and the support systems aren't there, and they're looking for something else to make them feel better. But why do they need the comfort food? And you keep going in. If all I said to them was, why you have comfort food? And they said, oh, because it's there, it's just around the corner, I couldn't sleep. You're not understanding them and why they feel the need to do it. So this is what this is about with you. Why do you coach? It needs to be a discussion, a thoughtful process on what really drives you to coach. What is it about it excites you? Why are you giving up your Sunday? What is it about coaching that is the thing you have to do? All right, you guys start first. When you think they've exhausted it, then you reply, and ready to go.
That was the all the easy cop-outs. I coach because I believe myself. It gives me an up, so I get something out of it. Allowing people that coach to enjoy the moment, to experiment with different things, to play sport games. It develops me as a person. I get social.
Okay, guys, stop. Look, it's pretty good. I work on the layer system of human beings, and so I quite often get asked to go and work with pro football teams, and the person I need to work with is this athlete in the middle. And so if you go there and say, mate, why aren't you performing very well? I don't know. That's the I don't know layer, or the I'm not prepared to tell you anything. Who the hell are you? Why will I waste my time? So you're digging a bit deeper. So mate, you know the performance are not quite there. You know what you're capable of. What seems to be the issue? Well, I've got to tell you, to be honest, I'm just not that happy being in the team. Okay, here we go. So what is it about the team that you're not particularly happy being here? What is it about this environment, mate, that's just not allowing you to express your great potential? I tell you, the coach is a pain in the bum. You know, I've been given my best, and he just keeps asking these ridiculous things of me. He's, okay, so now it's athlete-coach relationship, it's whatever, and then eventually I get through him and say, always happens to me, everywhere I go I run into the same bloody sort of coach. No one understands or wants to work with me. Keep running this same, okay, now I'm going, okay, what? If all you do is accept the first answer, those of you with teenage kids, what's the response to the answer, how was school?
Right.
All right, good. Sure, fine. Cool. Tells you nothing. So how was maths today? Oh, it was all right, I suppose. So what about that exam? Aren't you guys doing calculus at the moment? Oh, yeah, Mum, I hate calculus. It's bloody awful. So why is calculus such a stress? I just don't understand it. Okay, now I've got something I can work with. How was school? Good or crap? Tells you nothing. So forensic questioning. Don't accept the coach saying, I do it because I really enjoy it. Or if you're a swimming coach, I do it because I like my money. didn't react. Yes, that's what I would say. Or if you're a golf coach, you like having a new Audi every 6 months. All right, off you go. A little bit more. Actually, both get a crack at it. So when you've done it, make sure the person opposite does the same thing. So you tell him why you coach.
That's it's a challenge. When it's like squash and casual coaches, if something's not working, let's figure out why. Once the end result is to get to the top. In my mind, the talks are great. Junior school.
You've got to go back up.
Well, it's sometimes it's sequence that they're not really. So you to get their try. Just one thing I guess that sometimes themselves comes to the they're quite happy once they're on there, because I actually play soccer and I didn't play cricket.
Okay. Speed dating for coaches. Everybody move around one coach clockwise. So if you're at the end, then move there. So move around, just imagine it's one big circle. So it should be opposite a different coach.
We'll just leave our chairs here.
So just imagine the whole thing is one big circle. You're going to move around. It should be opposite a different coach.
I got you, Mark.
Spend a moment saying hello. Touch knees, please. Come right in. Touch knees. Ready. And same concept. This group starts first. This line starts first. Off you go. Same question. Why do I coach? Yeah, this line starts first. Why do I coach?
That's okay. Isn't it?
Eye contact.
Because I want sort of deep down, I guess I'm driven by the design of the athletes to where I never come to as far as I think it's probably an extension of me, because I never I mean, I think it did okay, but probably with packing, coaching myself, I guess trying to put in the support systems for other people to I think I did a different without that support, it's quite hard to get to the top of the and you had the opportunity yeah, well, I mean, it comes down.
Make sure both coaches get going.
If you're driven enough, you should be able to just do what he takes. And I did like, I used to make a time Saturday morning to train over the sprint. So I was quite driven.
Eye contact, guys, eye contact.
So what is it about that you do
Most of the paraphrase guys are quite drunk.
All right, guys, stop there for a minute. I want you to lean forward and grab the elbows of the other person. All right? And look into their eyes, you know.
Push it. French too far away.
All right. So, guys, try to listen to what I'm sharing with you here. You've got to be able to feel this close to your athletes without touching them, without, obviously, because we're in an ethical industry where this is inappropriate. But in terms of emotional connection, it's got to feel like this is the sort of relationship and bond I've got where I can really talk to you, that we are connected and I understand you and I know your dreams and your strengths and weaknesses and I'm here to help you get better. Yeah, so you've got to, your emotional connection skills and your communication skills have got to be at the point where I can do this from 3 metres away while they're in a swimming pool, or when they're 8 metres away on court. I've still got to be able to do this, and it's got to feel like that no matter where they are, because I understand them, and my selfless commitment to them achievement is what gives me that level of connection. Yep. Look at the difference it makes just in. So that's what we need to get as coaches. Can I make this level? Can I have someone at the other end of the court or in a pool or on a track and look at them and say, I've got a young kid I work with called Emily, and I can say, Em, and she'll turn, and the eye contact is burning through the back of each other's heads, and I look at her and just say, you know what I'm thinking, don't you? We've talked about this one, do it again. And I could be this close, makes no difference, I could be there, because we've been working together for 8 years, and that's the level of understanding. Yep, I can see you guys getting a bit too friendly here, which is... All right, speed dating, move around one clockwise, please. This is your art, this is what you do, guys. You've got to be able to do this quickly.
You got to talk to me, do you?
So, guys, you might be leading a rep team. Guys, you might be leading a rep team. You've got to connect with 16 netballers in a 2-hour introduction session. You've got to find a way to be able to do this in a range of settings. How can I connect with other human beings faster and intimately without physical contact, obviously? How can I do it? How can I understand them faster so that what I'm giving them is actually what they need? So remember our athlete we started with and the coach who missed out on Rio. You know, how can I understand what they really need so I can coach them? How can I do it quicker, get to know them faster so I can give them what they need sooner? All right? Knees connecting, off we go.
So what do you coach? Were you so before you do
Okay, speed dating, last time around, move around one more time. So make sure you stay low. First of all, just connect on a social level and then let's connect like coaches.
I just got a mic.
Go, go, go. Same question. Why do I coach? Why do I coach? Why do you coach? Either
I think I could do it in another way,
So mine was similar to a play background, so represented England. Too much of the journey of life which has given me I've received with made me who I am. And there's been such an impact on my play. So I've always appreciated those autistic coaches that get respect on that way. And you learn like what not to do from certain coaches and what you want to do from coaches that you actually respect. And when I went through this, I was going to carry on like that. I was saying to coaches that I would want to be able to coaches that I had. And I also wanted to be that coach that people respected.
That's good belt done already. Okay, stop. You'll do. All right, everybody turn, face the board, please. You're facilitating here. All right, so I want you to throw things at this coach. Anything you like. I reckon he'll catch them and throw them back even harder. So, guys, I want you to give our facilitator, all the qualities, values, virtues, all the characteristics that you believe are essential for success in the athletes you work with. So anything other than physical. So not interested in speed, strength, power, agility, all those things. It's my favourite one's commitment. So think words like that. What do you see? So if someone says to you, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a netball coach. Oh, what do you do? I work with the Waikato junior rep team. Have you noticed anything about the best kids coming through? What is it about them that makes them so successful? Do they have common traits amongst them that make them representative netball players? All right, so that's a discussion. Off you go.
Okay, guys, so what things make an athlete successful? Hands up, thanks.
Self-belief.
Self-belief. Have you seen that in some of your athletes?
I've seen both.
You've seen both?
Yes.
What is an attribute of self-belief that you've seen?
An attribute of self-belief that I've seen when a player who believes in a certain play or a certain decision that he makes is seen to make that decision.
Okay, and they can make that decision quickly and be successful because of it.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Any other ones that we could have?
Focus.
Focus. Sorry about my writing. And what makes an athlete focus? What sort of things do we see that show that athletes focus?
They're committed to training times, they can visualise and then their routines. It's the visualisation is one of the big things here. And always turning up to training, always being ready to work.
Showing that desire. Yep, one at the back there.
Accountability.
Accountability. And how do we make an athlete accountable for being there and playing their sport?
You have to give them the power to be self-driven and give them responsibility. So building their own performance plans and setting their own goals and being accountable to those goals, self-reflection in themselves and giving them the opportunity to be accountable rather than just telling them that they're going to make it through them, not through the coach. So they've got to be driven within, so they've got to come up with their own accountability methods to become the best they can be.
Are there any other ones?
Yeah, like coachable.
Coachability?
Well, it's the same general thing. Looks what we can do all athletes. Waikato football team, they go to New Zealand or a regional trial. They have to make an impression on those coaches and they have to be coaching. They have to take direction from a different coach and take on a good direction.
Am I going to keep,
Mate, there's honesty, integrity, humility, courage, discipline, professionalism, fun, enjoyment, hard work. Come on, guys, wake up, have a go. You know this stuff. You guys, you're talking to each other down the pub and you'll go, oh, you know what, geez, if these kids were more committed and driven, they'd be successful. Problem is the kids don't concentrate. You talk about this all the time. Come on, throw stuff at him.
Okay.
Honesty.
Honesty.
Absolutely, beautiful.
The reason I say that is because sometimes when you athletes, they need to be honest with themselves more than anything else, because if they don't want to come to training or they aren't performing as best as they can, they need to find out, like, why am I doing that? Why don't I want to get to training? They've got to ask those questions about themselves. Letting their teammates down, which goes with accountability.
How can you increase their honesty or improve their honesty?
Just by, I guess, one-on-one talking to them, just finding out, like what is actually going on inside, finding out about their families a little bit more, because that might be the reason for them not coming. Just getting to know them a little bit more.
So why is honesty important in football teams? Why do I have to be honest with my teammates?
Because it's a team thing.
Yeah, but why do I have to be honest with my teammates? So what does honesty build?
Trust.
Absolutely. Why is trust important in the defensive line, rugby players here? Why do I want to be in a defensive line where I trust the players either side of me? Why is that important? Exactly. I'll do my job. I don't have to worry about these guys because I trust them because they're honest in training, preparation. They listen. They're honest in what I'm saying. So why is that important? And why is it important that I don't hold back on my honesty?
Because they've got to trust you.
Yeah, but why don't I hold back on it? Why? And I'll show you. So, what's your name?
Dave.
Dave. So I go to Dave. Dave's doing a lousy job. I play golf with him every Friday. But he's doing a lousy job in the rugby team. Turns up late. He's pissed half the time. Doesn't give full effort. And I know I should go up to Dave and be honest and say, Dave, I love you. You're a great guy. I love our friendship, but it's not good enough. What you're doing is letting my team down. You're letting me down. You're letting yourself down. The standard needs to be better. You need to lift. What can I do to help? I'll come and pick you up if it's required. But mate, I can tell you, it's nowhere near good enough to help us achieve our goals, and it's not good enough for you, knowing how talented you could be. That's what I should say. What am I going to say to him? Davey, the D-man, mate, geez, you're a bit slack around the field. Oh, am I? Oh, okay, let's play golf. So, why do I have to be honest with a teammate in a performance environment? No, I'm not talking little kids having fun and getting healthy and playing down at the pool. I'm talking about in a performance environment. Why do I have to be honest with him?
Because you want them.
Yes. And if I'm not honest, and I'm not honest, what's going to happen to him?
He'll let you down when you need him.
He'd be dropped, let us down. Does his opponents care about him?
No.
His opponents hate him. They want to destroy him. Yep. So I need to be honest with my friends. The more honest. So guys, I've just come back from University of Texas. They've just won the last two NCAA Division I swimming championships, and the coach said to me, "I want you to help us get better." And I thought, it's always the toughest thing to do. People that are no good, teams that are not performing, it's easy to work with because you can tell them to do anything. You can tell them to gargle grapefruit juice. It's probably going to make a difference. Anything's going to help them get better when they're down here. and they're desperate for help. The hardest ones to work with are the ones who are successful because they believe they've got all the answers and they've got all the solutions, which is the reason why so few people repeat success. So he said, Eddie Grease, and the coach said to me, he said, I want you to help us make better. The only thing I could really come up with, because there was nothing technical I could help these guys with or strength training, it was about being more selfless than they've ever been and being harder on each other. So they're coaching each other in their environment. So that they were really good, like all Americans, are really good going, woo! Okay, man, that was awesome! Okay, sure! They're really good doing that stuff. What they're not good at is saying, hey man, finish on the wall, it's really important, or control your breathing, or hey man, why were you 5 minutes late this morning? They're not very good at that. So it was the only thing I could think of was to improve their honesty, because the more honest they were, they're showing more love and more care because they selflessly want each other to get better, lifts the standards of the team. Guys, honesty is a real thing. It is a real thing that has a tangible impact on trust and an impact on performance in the same way that strength training and better diets and flexibility does. These things are real if you understand them. So yeah, it's great. Keep going. Let's go another, as a group, let's try and get another 5 out. Let's go.
Okay, can we have another one, please?
Humility.
What was it, sir?
Humility.
Humility.
Yeah. Why is humility important?
I think we'll be able to accept success in a humble manner, not rub it in people's faces.
Is confidence important?
You've got to be confident, yeah.
Is arrogance important?
To a certain extent, yeah.
What's the difference between confidence and arrogance? Humility.
You have to be courageous.
Yep. Courage is great. Put it up there. Fantastic. Come on, coach. Drag it out. Don't let him sit there.
Supportive.
Supportive.
Receptive.
What was that?
Receptive.
Receptive.
You need to be a leader. And the reason I say that is because sometimes you've got different personalities. Sometimes a good leader will help draw those people together that may not be leaders and try and help them.
Good, good, good. Okay, guys, everyone turn the chairs to the middle. Let's talk about this for about 5 minutes. So, what is leadership? Yeah, pretty good. Yep. Just sort of turn towards each other, just roughly. It's okay.
We're doing hands up still? Hands up still?
No, we'll just talk as a group for a moment. What is leadership? What do leaders do? Simpler. Simpler. What does a leader do?
Take charge.
Simple. They lead. Okay. Good lead. So we play follow the leader around the room, and I'm in front. Who's the only one who knows where we're going?
You.
Me. So I'm leading. Leaders lead. Okay. So what have leaders got? What is it special about being a leader that they've got that no one else in the group's got?
I know the direction.
I know the direction, yet, which we call as well. There's a word for it. Starts with V. Have a vision. Why do you call a vision a vision?
Because you can see it.
Because you can see it, yes. Guys, don't overcomplicate sport. It's very simple. We're just a bunch of hard-working, committed people trying to help others realise their dreams. That's all it is. Whatever avenue we've got, who knows? But that's all we do.
Everyone on the team can be a leader at some stage.
They've got to lead themselves, yes. Okay, so keep coming back. Call a vision a vision because you can see it. Right, the art of leadership, guys, is that I have to see the vision. I've got to see the future of the sport with such clarity. It's got to be so real to me, it's almost already happened. That's what being a visionary is. It's not a matter of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs saying, maybe one day there's an outside chance that somewhere in some country, some people might be using a personal computer. It's everyone in the world will one day have a personal computer in their home. Steve Jobs. That's what a vision is. Clarity of vision spoken and believed with conviction so that what he says is embraced in the hearts and minds of the people he leads. This is what leadership is for coaching. Yeah? Everybody give me an example of a leader that they've worked with, seen, read about, a leader that they prize, value, or respect somewhere in their life?
Up here on another.
Yeah,
Human coaching.
go right around, yeah.
Yeah, just former coach.
Who was it?
His name's Tara Rewans, he was a coach.
Yeah, good.
Current coach.
Yeah, great, keep going around.
My father.
Fantastic, yep.
For our job, Waikato, a Christian.
Yeah, keep going.
Just one of our coaches at work, sprint coach.
Yep, so you can use the names, it's fine, recognise them.
Yeah, Anthony.
Wonderful, keep going.
Richard Brunson.
Yep,
Audio engineering industry.
yep,
Powell,
yep,
Nolan Dickey.
yep,
Queenie Thompson.
yep,
My first boss, Ray Spence.
yep.
Sports captain Kate Walsh.
Fantastic. And think about for a moment, what was it about them that was so special that you would think about them as your first recollection or your first thoughts around leadership? What was it about them? What was special about them? What was it?
Helping to account.
Yes, what else?
Straightforward.
Yeah,
She believed she could change things.
yeah, fantastic.
Led by example.
Yeah. Were they like other people?
No.
No, they were different, guys. Leaders are different. They're the first to do things. My daughter likes the same music every 15-year-old likes. They all sound like Katy Perry. But it's interesting, guys, that if you're in this room, right, if we were doing a clinic on how to increase participation, it's a different discussion group, different set of goals. But if you're in performance, you are a leader. You are a leader. You're leading the direction of change in your sport. You are leading athletes. You're doing things that no one has done before. You need to be an individual. You need to take risks. That thing that you're all on when you walked in this morning, the phone. Everyone in the world has access to the same information that you've got. Anyone can get anything, anywhere, anytime for free. What I'm about to say will challenge you. Your secret drills, your secret training sets, your top secret gym workouts, the things that you think you're doing that are making you different are not. Because everyone knows them, can find out about them, has seen them on YouTube or can get them, including your athletes and their parents. There are no secrets anywhere in sport if you've got the open-minded heart to go looking for them. All the things that you think are your edge are not your edge. Knowledge is only powerful if no one else has got it. But if everyone can access pretty much the same stuff anywhere in the world, your knowledge and all these secrets that you think you've got in your training program, that's not your edge anymore. Guys, I can tell you, I've been to 15 countries in the last year. And I'll come somewhere and they'll show me something and my brain will go, well, they're doing that in Scotland, Denmark, the Netherlands and Canada. There's very rare I go, oh my God, I've never seen that or anything even close to that before. You see a sameness, and that's because of the internet. You've got everything in your hands. And not only that, guys, ordinary people have got what you've got now. So I was in Manila and I went to a little island called Ilo. So nice to say it twice. And this guy comes up to me on deck, because my background's largely swimming. And he comes up to me on deck and he says, hey coach, have you seen this? I want to show you how. So he's got his iPad and he says to one of the kids, 100 freestyle, nice and fast, ready to go? And the guy goes, bang, he hits his app, hits the screen. He says, check this out, in real time. Length of stroke, number of strokes per minute, average speed, starting time, speed in and out of the turns, splits and overall time. All straight away, immediate, live on deck, expressed in data tables and in graphs. I said, how much was that? He said it was free. I said, what's your background in swimming? I've never barely been a swimmer. I sort of fell into this as a dad. Said, what about coaching? I don't have any, I'm a butcher. Here's a guy doing something with technology that 5 years ago only the sports scientists had. And so any coach who says to me, check this out, all this cool stuff we've got, this guy's on a crappy little island off the coast of Manila, accessing the same information that a guy in Colorado Springs at the United States Olympic Training Centre showed me 2 weeks earlier. There is no difference in the what that coaches are doing. You need to accept that. That your advantage is now coaching and your advantage is you. This is the era where leadership and great coaching skills will define the success that you and your athletes crave. 10 years ago it was, what did you know about plyometrics? What did you know about supplementation? Who's got the greatest understanding of biomechanics? That was the edge then. And who knows what it'll be in 15 years from now. But right now, all those what's that you're hanging on to is believing that they're your advantage, they're not coaches. Please accept that and believe it. It's now about you. And it's gone from a what coaching environment to a how. And it's gone from a following, well, let's see what everyone else is doing, to a copying kills environment. You only go, I hate this term benchmarking. The only way you mark a bench is if you're sitting down on it too long doing nothing. Marking it with your bum. Yeah? Benchmarking is only, let's find out what others are doing so I can do it better. Let's find out what the best in the world is doing so I can then adapt that and make it better for me. If you're going on Google and you're going, I want to look and see what others are doing so I can also do that, you're only a pale imitation. Every time you put an original on a photocopier, it's less bright and less real than the first one. So you copy the copy, and that's less bright than the copy of the copy, and on and on and on it goes. So if you're going, oh, well, look, I'm in hockey, and I'm going to copy what they're doing in Australia or Germany, you're only a pale copy of them anyway. Plus, if I was in a performance environment then, I wouldn't tell you what we're doing, because I'm getting paid too much money to share what we're really doing. I might share with you what we were doing, but not what we are doing or what we're going to do. I'm going to share where I'm going to lead the team. So you're a pale imitation of maybe something that's not completely accurate. Trying to copy it out of context with athletes that are not from that country, good luck making it work. But if you're a leader, guys, if you understand leadership and uniqueness and originality, the world's waiting for you, particularly now, copying kills. And this stuff that we're talking about. So if I put up on the board there, I say, what are the physical capabilities of athletes that you have to train? What are they? Just throw some in. Physical capabilities. What do we talk about? Strength. What else?
Speed.
Yeah. Agility, endurance, power, flexibility, core, all those things. How do you coach strength?
How do you coach it?
Yeah.
Do strength exercises.
Give me an example of 3 strength exercises.
We don't do it. Weights.
Yeah. Give me an example of 3 weight exercises.
Just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stress, overhead, deadlift. Okay, good. Speed. How do you train speed?
Running.
Running? What sort of running?
Sprinting.
Yeah. Give me an example of 3 speed development exercises.
Footwork.
Yeah.
Exercises.
Fantastic.
Resistance.
Yeah.
And
running up hills, power work, explosive work, jumps, plyometrics, box jumps, all that sort of stuff. All good. It's pretty easy. Oh, everyone could have done that. All right. How do you coach commitment?
You get to know your athlete and you find out what buttons to push. And
Yeah,
you
but
make
what
sure
does commitment show? What does commitment look like? What's an exercise I can do for commitment?
you can't. It's not.
I disagree with that, but we'll discover that in a little while.
Okay.
Guys, this is the challenge. Anywhere in the world, I could have said, give me 20 strength training exercises, and the group within 2 minutes, we'd have them on the board. Say, anywhere in the world, in any sport, guys, give me 10 speed development exercises, and within 2 minutes, it's on the board. Same reaction. If I say, guys, what do you think is important? Self-belief, focus, accountability, coachability, integrity, honesty, sincerity, humility, courage, discipline, hard work. Totally agree, coach it for me. Because if you believe it's important, and it's the driving force of success in sport, you need to understand it and coach it. So that's what we're going to do for the next 45 minutes until lunch. So listen to your number. I'm sorry doing this is high school, junior school way of doing it, but another way I can think of doing it at the moment. Group 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 if Mark chooses to get involved. Right. Grab a table and some chairs in a moment and shift yourself around to that configuration on that whiteboard, please. And this is your job. I've chosen these 3. So group 1, you're going to attack confidence. Group 2, you're going to attack commitment. Group 3, you're going to attack MT, mental toughness. So shift it around. Obviously, OH&SE, please be careful if you've got a sore back, a knee problem, or any other reason, cardiovascular or emotional stress, please don't move the table around.
3. So, you got to take 3.
2.
Yeah, so see the configuration on the board there so you can follow instructions. Obviously, for the rugby coaches, I'll have to do it really slowly.
The rugby coaches here.
So make sure the table's locked in, make sure everything's safe, guys. We're going to like to move it in the environment. Make sure it's safe.
Mark will, sure he can give you.
If anyone needs help, Mark can do it, right?
I think it'll clip.
Where's my... 1, 2,
3 there.
2s.
1's there.
So have a look at the board.
2's here.
Shift around, get your chairs in place, and I'll go through the data. So guys, this is what I'd like you to do until, you have about half an hour, and then we'll do a little bit of a group presentation. So you're going to coach the rest of us. So group 1, you're going to coach the rest of us in confidence. You're going to show us how to be more confident. Group 2, you're going to be coaching commitment. Group 3, you're going to be coaching mental toughness. So these are the steps I'd like you to try and go through. Group 1, so all of us do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, it's not group 1, 2, 3. I'm going to change that just so there's no confusion, because you've all got to answer the same questions. That would be better. All right, in your group, so if I'm in group 2, I have to say, what is commitment? So you're going to stand up in about 25 minutes in front of us and say, commitment is, we discussed it and we agreed that commitment is block. This one, really important. If I walk into you're in a rugby club, no doubt?
Sorry, rugby league.
Rugby league, no neck to speak of, yeah. So if I walk into your rugby league team, how would I recognise commitment? If you're working commitment, I need to walk in, look at your guys for 10 minutes, or girls for 10 minutes, whoever you're working with, and I walk out and go, oh, that's a committed group of players, bloody hell, what am I seeing? What behaviours and qualities would I see that would make me tell everyone else, geez, that rugby league guy down there, that team is the most committed you've ever seen. What does that look like? And most importantly, how do I coach it? So, all the same. Group 3, where are you?
Yep.
Right, group 3. What is mental toughness? How would you describe it? What is it for you? What is relevant? No Googling. I have this philosophy about learning, guys. It's called LGOOG. What's LGOOG? Google backwards. Do Google last. Think, create, learn, innovate, and then Google at the end just to see what everybody else has done. Don't Google first, because it limits your creativity. It forces you to follow others. Don't do it. Google last. All right. Group 1, confidence. What is it? How would I recognise it? How do I coach it? Group 2, commitment. What is it? How would I recognise it? How do I coach it? Group 3, mental toughness. You've got about 25 minutes off. We go. I'm not going to help at all. Typical Australians. Get into it, come on. Take the ball up, coach, come on. Having fun?
Yep.
There is that belief to keep going, keep going, keep going, no matter what.